Good morning, everybody. It's John for Father's Rights. It's Wednesday, December 7th, 6:46 a.m. That'd make it Pearl Harbor Day, a day where men died defending their country so they could do this to them. What do I mean by this? This is, again, the family court system destroying a man's life based on hearsay from his domestic partner. Now, I'm going to say this to you young guys out there. If a woman is raising two kids on their own and the father is not there, and they're looking for a father for these kids, that's a them problem, not a you problem. Move along. Move along. Red flag. Now, this man actually was, I think, high value to society. He's actually was the school principal, administrator of the year. Very proud of his achievements. A good person in society, helping to create good people. Well, apparently, he got in an argument with his wife of 3.5 years, who brought two children from previous blunders into this man's life, and he accepted them. And this is where he ended up. Dead. Committed suicide. Let's read his suicide note, because a lot of it, I could tell this guy is very kind-hearted. And he should put the blame where it belongs. You do not call the police because you didn't get your way. You do not call the police and make up stories that are going to destroy the man's life. I know how this guy feels because it was done to me, but the only thing that saved me was that I had a sensible judge on her first attempt to get an order of protection against me. And then these women get on TikTok and YouTube, and the passport bros are bad. The passport bros are this. Where passport bros are where men have just gotten tired of putting up with Western women's bullshit, and they're going to look for women elsewhere from countries where they're still traditional. You lost, ladies. We're gone. We're not putting up with this shit anymore. The self-serving excuses don't matter to us anymore. Now let's read this guy's last moments. I hate when people leave this earth with so many unasked questions. So I hope this provides some insight and perspective. Still worrying about other people. The evil man. This is my wife, Marlena. Yes, you heard me correctly. Most of you don't know this, but we privately married 3.5 years ago. Why would he do that? Because if people found out she was previously married and had two kids, a lot of guys are going to tell this guy, no, red flag, red flag. Marlene and I love and adore each other, and our relationship has been amazing up until recently, when Chad called her back. Unfortunately, 2 weeks ago, she and I got into a heated argument at home in front of the girls. Tempers were flared and strong words were exchanged between us. However, never in this exchange did I hit, slap, or hurt Marlena in any manner, nor did I ever touch the girls. I never have and never will. I love the girls like my own, and they know that, as does everyone else who truly knows me. Unfortunately, Marlena's anger, her unchecked emotion, womanological. Unfortunately, Marlena's anger got the best of her that night, and she called the police, which landed me in jail that night. Yes, me, a man who's never hit or harmed anyone in his life. The same thing with me. I never been arrested. You're lucky if you find some parking tickets. I think it's safe to say that Marlena truly regrets making that call because the events of that night have completely unraveled both of our lives. No, they didn't unravel hers. She was still fine. She was at home with the kids. In your home, you probably paid for. You're the one who got punished. Meanwhile, it's all supposed to be about equality. New rules. When it's domestic violence, both parties, if there's no sign of, the woman having a broken nose or anything like that, and there's no visible signs of domestic abuse, both parties should be arrested. Both parties. And then go in front of a judge and resolve that issue. You want equality? That's what it requires now. Men are tired here, sitting here being accused of shit they haven't done. It's happening too much. The Green Ranger committed suicide, for crying out loud, just based on something his wife did. Let's stop it now. I'm on the brink of losing my job for nothing but arguing against the will of a female. It's supposed to be equality. I am out on administrative leave until my case is resolved. However, the legal system is extremely flawed. And this guy's a teacher, especially against men/fathers. We've been saying it for years. And then they wonder why guys are getting passports and saying, fuck this. It's sickening how quickly and easily an innocent man can be thrown in jail based on zero evidence or proof. In fact, take a look at the attached screenshots of Melena's message to my friends about the matter. She, too, had no intention of having that night come this far. She knows I would never hurt her or the girls, and she, too, had been trying to clear my name with little success. So in this case, the woman knew she did something wrong, tries to fix it, and still the court system treats him as a criminal. In my case, I know people in jail that are in jail for like 25 years that actually seen their kid more than I have in 3 months. Again, the legal system is deeply flawed, to say the least. So here I am writing my final Facebook post to all of you. I need you all to know that a gentle, kind, loving, and sincerely good man has been destroyed by one unfortunate night. The state destroyed him. Ladies, you got to be responsible for what you say. You got to be held responsible for this. It really is unfortunate. This is not me. This is not something I ever thought would happen to me. With all this said, I have truly loved educating and leading thousands of students, children, and families for the past 30 years. This is a great loss to the community. We have had a blast performing all over and creating such fond memories together. Music has been a wonderful outlet for me, as it allowed me to have a different and creative world outside of my day job as principal. I'm sad to say last night was my final performance. However, it went very well, and I'm proud that my final performance was a success. I've always loved performing, especially during the holiday season. I'm going to miss it dearly. There is so much more I want to say, but I'm going to spend the rest of today reaching out to the closest to me to let them know how much I love them. This is not an ideal way to go out, but at least I get a chance to say some final words to those I loved and adore. Take care, everyone. Please, please, please be kind to one another. Treat each other with kindness and grace. There's too much anger in the world, and people need to start treating each other better. What I shared with you above is the prime example how anger can really have a long-lasting and extreme damage effects on a person's life. Do you understand what happened here? The court system, he's telling you it's flawed. It led him to commit suicide because it wrecked his life. And even his wife agreed that she went overboard. But these liberal cocksuckers in there who want control over men, they want to punish men, they're sick, and they need to be removed from the court system. Removed. Now, the only reason why I'm not in prison The only reason I'm not homeless, the only reason I'm not in jail is because a judge was listening to the fucking fake complaints and could tell they were fake to begin with. I believe if, in my case, my wife committed 2 Class D felonies to attack me, I believe she should go to jail for fucking 10 years. And for incidents like this that happen every time when men are committing suicide, I'm not going to let this keep happening. I'm going to stand up, and when I go to court, I'm going to bring up the point she committed 2 Class D felonies. Why, if they don't put her in jail, I want to know why she's not in jail. Because this shit's got to stop. It's not just about me anymore. It's about mainly men just getting ran over and thinking there's no other choice but to delete themselves. This is why I'm moving out of this country. I'm never going to be seen again. I'm going to leave. There's no reason for me to stay here. All my friends are going through this. One of my friends goes through domestic battery every single fucking day, and I witness it, and nobody does anything. It's because he's a man. He deserves it. He's evil. And then they wonder why men are going their own ways, exploding. The passport bros are exploding. You ladies need to look at what you're doing. You're destroying everything. And then if this keeps happening, you're going to end up in jail. What's going to straighten this up? When you call up for domestic violence and you got kids in the house, both of you should get arrested until they figure out what happened. Both of you should be detained. As far as I'm concerned, both of you are a menace. Both of you should be arrested. And that will stop your ass from friggin' calling up and making false fucking statements. And on that, I'm out of here.